February 25th, 12:06. This is your call, Defendant Lobby number 2. And with that, I say hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pheonix Wright. Hey, so Tony. Well, last time we played, we were getting to the end of this case. Very impressive things have been revealed last time. For one, the one who killed Neil Marshall was not, in fact, Joe Dark, right? But instead, it was little baby Emma Sky that pushed Neil right into the stabbing, like the spear of a statue, which for some reason, very dangerously sharp. Who would have like dangerously sharp furniture like that? No idea. Lana then like took the corpse of Neil, put it on Lana's side, and let to die out instead of like calling the. I wonder if like, because they say like he died within like 10 minutes of bleeding out, right? Is that a way you? That is like, it's such a short time, right? Like, it's such a short time. I don't know if they could have really saved him, you know? They could have maybe like... to be honest, I think they could have. Somehow. I don't know. I don't know enough about, like, wounds that stab your heart in your lung. If there is, like, a first aid kind of thing you could do to stop that bleeding, you know, like cutting your arm off. Yeah, that's easier to like stop the bleeding. You just wrap up the arm where it like got caught, tighten it as much as you can, right? Like that's gonna save you from dying out of blood loss. Getting a stab wound on your back, stabbing your heart and your lung. Maybe no, maybe not quite, right? And it's not like you can just keep that in you, right? Like normally when you get stabbed by something on your stomach, do not under any circumstances remove it. Remove it only at a safe position at the doctor's, or the hospital rather, right? Because if you're stabbed, the holes are still plugged. The little bit of blood is getting out, but not enough. If you take it out, everything is getting out, which is not that good. Sorry, Edgeworth, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, well, guess I am. I'll come back later, eh? Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Oh, well, we've got a nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty, and the top of to call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. That's the same line again. I think Lana's having you run errands again. Well, let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here. She asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? What is that cute image? Evidence law. Edges were talking about this just the other day. You must know the two rules of evidence law. Rule 1: no evidence shall be shown with the approval of the police department. Oh, is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him. I'm guessing Chief Police Demengand, right? I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. Oh, that's where you're wrong, detective. Where? Haven't you figured it out yet? That's why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all those allegations being thrown at me. Oh, Miss Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? Well, what else is there left to do, eh? Your credibility has been ruined by all this forged evidence you've been unaware of. Emma Sky found out you unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do even more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Oh, she merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. Well, it's time we bring an end to this. I should have read the thing. No, I'm out of time. February 25th, 12:52, District Court, courtroom number 9. Hello there, Edgy. Court will now reconvene for a trial of Miss Lana Sky. Wrong button. I want to go to this one. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Meaning they did have the approval before. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Oh. Okay. Miss Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Oh, yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for the witness, but this is easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edwards, may have struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? Oh, I didn't say that. I just, you see, well, everyone else has been talking, and Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent to what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. If you would prove... It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edwards has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Well, then it's settled. You are now husband and... Wait, no, I mean, the defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, You realize this is your last chance, right? If you call the wrong witness, the trial is as good as over. The defense calls a safe to the stand. I'm finally come to bring out the real murderer. Bruce Goodman, you're still alive? No. Demengant. The defense calls Demengant to the stand. Demengant? What does he have to do with anything? The defendant's pawned 2 years ago. Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge on the crime. I feel like we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courtroom. Or house, rather, courthouse, right? It would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Oh, yes, true. All right then, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Gunn to the stand. He was here last time. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. What, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation, sir. So you want to play hardball, I see. Okay. Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gunt. I am the acting chief of police. Now I'm Chief Gunt. The court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, rightio. Voice with a grim face. First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. You mean that last time when Lana's sister murderers that prosecutors? Personally, I think it's already been made pretty clear already. there are still some things unaccounted for. Oh? Like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that the police chief has those kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it a certain risk. Oh, don't you worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial. I just remember. If this turns out to be a very big waste of time, don't say I did not warn you. Very well then, the witness may now begin his testimony. The SL9 incident with Dem and Gunt. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. And when I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. We didn't say anything about that. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? Oh, he was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. Okay, I see. Everything seems pretty cut. The police chief has the right to refuse to testify. Then they better hit him hard and fast. What can we do? What can we do? I have no idea yet where we can hit him here, right? But we'll see. We'll see what we can do over here, right? Neil and I were questioning him that day. What do we have? We have the piece of cloth. I think that's like the sign that Emma pushed Neil into the knife. Because I think, yeah, that's his vest. That's like the backside of the vest that got cut out. We have here the list of evidence that we cannot turn around because that's very unimportant. The files. There was the executive investigator. We have a video that's absolutely like most of these. I don't think are gonna be anywhere necessary, right? I feel like 90% of the items you're not even going to use. They're just there to be like, yeah, here you go. You still have all these items you found before. Let's start then. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present? Present in the room? Oh, I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. However, to make a long story... Wait, the two of you ran out immediately after him, right? That's right. But Dark made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, Dad, the elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. It's not funny. When I went into my office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in the heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes! Apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were the two very poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, you must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently, he had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Well, because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yep. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. And I feel like that's like... what's the big thing? Right? So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lamina must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that really how it went down? Staring at evidence won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you're better off staring at the court records. Haha, wardy wardy. Always the smooth talker. Well, which piece of evidence ties gone to the evidence? That can't be the whole truth. Got to link gun to the incident. If you had nothing to do with it, why? Why did you have this in your thing? Objection! You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. Oh, that's the list Amber Drew has picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, a piece of this jar that was sitting in on your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in this illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what is the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then? That you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know? Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Radio? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary is even for the hell of paying to work instead. No, Gumshoe. Well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together, I see. Oh, nice, okay, went to the next one. Let's see, what was it now? The jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Well, no. Emma's painting is on it. There's no reason I'll participate in a forgery. Arranging the crime scenes couldn't help me out in any way. Also, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene... No. You should have been more careful to observe protocol. Oh, you do understand I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Indeed, I believe I would press charges. You won't make the same mistake again. Oh, my apologies, Sheriff, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alrighty, Adji. In return, though... I know that place, right? What? Are these guys telepathic? Did they just struck a deal in front of me without even noticing me? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. No, I didn't. I appreciate it if you stop making those ridiculous allegations, please. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? All of you know, back in the day I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence now, can you? If you have proved to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Radio's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they will prove his investigations was illegal. Never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. You can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute a forgery. If concealing evidence is found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Radio. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were discovered after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it would have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. Oh, the chief is talking about a possibility. As long as you rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come on now, Radio. Think about it. There is no reason I would participate in a forgery. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care about the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't have helped me out in any way. Wait. Did they add this just now? I think it was like a fourth thingy, right? Why is there like a fifth one all of a sudden? What? Really, Chief Count. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all of this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would be, of course, the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh? The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is a sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Eh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without the case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of the SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little bit. Is that true, Edward? Yes, it was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at, you know. So that means there is only one possibility. There's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery, and if you didn't do it yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, warrior. Woody, you know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Oh well, there. It's out in the open now. Oji, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? Oh, by all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Now I changed that one as well. Nothing in it for you? I'm sorry, but the only one person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I'd felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. Someone raised you? You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho ho ho! That's a good one, audio. Could have been something in for him. Given his selfishness, he would have helped someone out. We don't have any evidence for that. Can't think of how it would help. That means wouldn't have helped anyone out. Relax and take a deep breath. Try to think outside the box. After all, that's what you're good at, isn't it? Think outside the box. I thought I'd hear him tell me that. The question isn't who would the chief help. It's who would ask the chief for help. If someone did that, he'll be sure to find a way to benefit from that person. Lana. It appears our defense has nothing more to say. Chief, would you please repeat your testimony from the beginning? Again. Ooh. I can't look at the other people. Let me go back into like the this moment here. I saved, so we should be safe. Oh, whoa! I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm still skipping text. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the moment where I was before before we made the switch, right? And let's skip through it anyway. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I meant. Very well then, who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Well, the Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious, in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her out more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. After all, the reason being self-profit. Self-profit? Well, what do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But why would you profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait, you must mean puppet as in manipulating. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as a chief prosecutor so you could control her. Rightio, my boy. You have quite the imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, just keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she would testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof that this all amounts to nothing more than a conjecture. Now, let me save over here, because I think we're all going on the right way, on the right pathway. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone had been controlling her. Ah. Morty, you're better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean now? What it means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved with the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap. to cover up his involvement. Oh, what? What do you mean by that? Order now, please. I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious, right? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible.
Never say impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easy to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There is no turning back for us now. I love when they double team up. It's so good. It's like, oh yes, you should be helping me, Edgeworth. And it's like, nope, I don't care about you. I care about one thing only. The truth. Now out with it. Oh, I love when those two walk together. It goes so well. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Well, can you prove this, Mr. Wright? Ooh, meaning something is coming up. That the chief of a high-ranking officer of the law is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question, is he a criminal? I believe the evidence would tell. Okay, yes, I see. Alright then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties the Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. After struggling for a little while, I think I found it, because as I was like looking through all of our evidence, all of our beautiful evidence, I forgot we had an ID card record. It's that one. There's the ID card list. Yes, the ones that show who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list who couldn't determine the owner of it yesterday. 7777777. Oh, sorry, but there's no way you could prove that's my card number. It's your number. Oh, what? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? Oh, you don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining card ID on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, ho, ho, nice. I was struggling there. I don't know why. Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say for that? Nothing. The defense search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm the chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't happen to have been with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. The trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting. Oh, in that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet the Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Ooh, what could be? Oh! This thing! Chief Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jack Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure if he filled it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? Yeah, there's no other way that murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait! The Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I could have... Oh. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card can only be used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Whoa, what was that? What was that? They looked so weird. Chief Gun, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? How is the police department? Wait. I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. They both have gotten kind of the same voice now, which is a bit of a shame. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you take this here dead body over there to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gunt, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, the Chief Gunt used this. That one I do know. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's this? A screwdriver? Well, what does that have to do with the case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go, by Chief Gunt, no less. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Again, it got used without his knowledge. That's so mean towards Edgeworth. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gunt asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Miss Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Poor Edgy. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. I do think she's gonna end up in jail, right? Because she is an accomplice after all. Order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk Chief Gun, please say something. I believe... your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Wario, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we have to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all of this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Wardy. I stabbed old Goodman, that's what you're saying, right? Because if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had land up dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Demon Gant is the current chief of police. And I got a not guilty thing to get here. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gunn murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Guy dispose of his body? Do I have any concrete proof? No, Prince. But that was the weapon that thingy used, Lana, to stab him again. What could be the concrete proof? I wanna try something. I don't know if it is that one or not. I can't let him just squirm his way out of here. Got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence. Oh, then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better prove Chief Gunn's murdered Prince Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. No, I don't think I have evidence. Which is a bit of a shame to come like this far. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, RG? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's the tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Radio. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, OG. I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to the senior officer of our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Lady Luck, huh? Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgewood? What do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial, and we haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the case of absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gunn has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgewood, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? You may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's order. Miss Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well then, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes we'll reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. The court is now in Hold on. Discount? I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Did they just... Isn't that just like saying, I am guilty, but I have the power to tell you no? It's like, what? Can it do that? That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway. Right. Just something to think about. Alrighty on then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Well, okay, if there aren't any further objections, then the court is now in recess. To be continued. Nope. Okay, good. Oh, I could make it a to be continued though. Should I? Making a two-parter out of this? Nah. February 25th, 2-4. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edward. Phew. But Chief, here's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. Ho ho ho! I'm not a detective no more. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I take the place of that top not a girl you used to work with. You mean Maya? Still, looks like we're over at a move now, ain't we? Chief's gone done it again, eh? Why is he always get the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said. There is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Oh, Emma! Are you okay? Yeah, well, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. Oh, so she had everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry about what I said before. Oh, no, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now that I know, I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gun's orders, she must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. Oh, that must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. So true, Gumshoe. So true. Chief Gun may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into the armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here? Nope, I'm going with you. Oh, I want to be there when Alana tells the truth. Then let's go, righty. It's time to end this. The first game. Oh, it is a third. Say what? This is the third episode trial? Are you kidding me? Very cool. Very cool. Wait. The former ladder and then the final. Ladder 2. Okay, sure. That's funny. But anyway, that's gonna be it then for today. Thank you guys for watching. I did not expect to get like a third trial into this one. I was making a joke before. I thought it was gonna be like one huge long one. But no, it's gonna be split up into another part. Interesting. This one really is like the longest episode of the series so far. The other ones were all like quite like investigation, trial, finished. This one with like the double trial. I do enjoy the double trials because I have to say, like, the trials of the Ace Attorney games are the best part of Ace Attorney, right? I really enjoy like finding investigating and stuff like that. But the trials are the best part about the game, which I think they also know, considering they're not like this episode 5. That's like a bit of a special episode, right? That one having been made like after they made 3 whole games, so meaning they had like a lot more experience with it. it really shows like they know what to bring in, what to like, what works, so to say. Even though like even the first few episodes, they were all already like really fun, really good trials to go through. They were very simple, but they were quite good as well, right? So now I'm really looking forward to like what is gonna happen in this last trial, the final, maybe final. I don't even know. I thought this was the final episode of this episode, the final part of this episode. Alas, that was not the case. So I'm gonna have fun next time. And for that, I'm gonna say then, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series because we still have many to do in the future. I didn't expect this game to be so long, but like, woo, I'm having fun, and I think that's the best part about it. So then everyone, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.